everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Leandra, the TBR0, and my goal is to slowly but surely lessen my physical TBR, one book at a time. Brooklyn from @BrooklynReads tagged me in the Small Booktuber book tag. Thank you so much, Brooklyn. I highly recommend that if you aren't Brooklyn and you're watching this, go check her out. I will put the link to that particular video down in the description and somewhere on the screen, but don't stop there. Check out her other content. I love her reading sprints, I love her reading vlogs, and she really does everything. She's quite a diverse booktuber, so highly recommended. I will be answering a few questions about myself, letting you get to know me. It's quite exciting. I don't usually do this type of content, so I'm looking forward to doing that. And what are we waiting for? Let's just do the first question. Like and subscribe. Good. Good. Okay. So the first question is introduce yourself. My name is Leandra. I am originally from upstate New York, but I currently live in southern Pennsylvania. So that is just the state below New York if you're not someone who is familiar with United States geography. The reason why I live in Pennsylvania now is because I'm actually attending a graduate program. I'm getting my master's in humanities, and I'm actually only a couple months away from graduating. It's quite surreal to think that 2 years has already gone by, but a lot has happened, and I'm looking forward to getting to the light at the end of the tunnel and letting all of this hard work finally get paid off. In addition to being a student, though, I am also a bookstagrammer. I will put my handle here so you can see it on the screen, but it's also in the description. I am @Leandra_the TBR0. I am also a part-time library assistant. I work at my local library. Fully support anyone who works in the library system or who supports their own library, because any little bit helps, and we need to make sure that we have access to these types of books and content in the future. So please go get a library card if you don't have one, and yeah, check out all the resources they have because they're great. Anyway, so I'm also a part-time production assistant for a podcast. It's the She Done It Show. I'll put a nice graphic up here. If you're anyone who enjoys mysteries, golden age detective fiction, or really anything to do with publishing when it comes to mystery content, we cover it all. The host, Caroline, is lovely. She's awesome, and she's very much dedicated to her work. So please support us if you're interested in that. Okay, so I changed the angle of the camera, but on to question number 2. I have been a booktuber for about a year. I just hit my 1-year anniversary in early January, so I started in January 2022. I am really pleased with myself that I kept going, and that creating booktube content has actually been really enjoyable for me. I wasn't sure if it was going to feel like a chore, if it was going to be something I was going to continue. So I'm glad that I enjoy making the content, and so that it's become something I really do for myself, even though of course I love communicating with others, seeing what they're thinking, watching them like and comment and subscribe on my own content. That's lovely, but I think it's better that I enjoy it myself, so that's what's sustaining me and keeping me going. I started off doing booktube because I was originally a bookstagrammer. Obviously I still am, and I wanted to challenge myself and expand my content. I also really believe that creating a YouTube channel, whether it's about books or anything else, helps you gain certain soft skills that is really helpful. I wanted to have some type of record that I am becoming a better speaker, that I am qualified in being able to speak my own thoughts and analyze off the cuff when I need to. I thought that that could just make me a more versatile person, especially if I do want to pursue a career involving books. At least I have this in my back pocket. I don't know why I actually pointed to my back, but it's fine. So that's also partly why I wanted to do it, just to see if I could kind of prove myself, not just being able to write articulately about a book that I love, but also be able to speak about it and influence others. So yeah, I recommend it if you want to up your own skills. It's kind of tough in the beginning. You feel very self-conscious looking at the camera, not knowing if you should be looking at yourself or looking at the little dot that you know is the eye for the audience. But I really enjoy it, and yeah, now it just kind of feels normal. And I'm sure a lot of other small booktubers who've been doing it for a while can agree with me on that. Oh, I have tried the lots. I have done TBR videos, I've done wrap-up videos, I did do vlogs for quite some time, and I've been meaning to get back into it in 2023. That's actually one of my goals, is to participate in vlogs more often. But last semester was just so hectic that I just didn't have the time to be able to read and then pause, reflect on my thoughts, and then read and just keep recording different snippets. Vlogs are definitely the most work when it comes to creation of any type of video, I think, personally, for me, but it's also the most rewarding, I think, so that's why I want to do it more. I have never participated in reading sprints, but I think that that is something on my bucket list that I'd like to try. We'll see, maybe in the future I'd like to do that. And I really enjoy any type of booktube content that makes me peruse my own shelves. Maybe it's a challenge, like a scavenger hunt. I've done those a few times and I really enjoy doing those. Those are probably my favorites. I also love anything that you've got to be searching for something, like how many of X do you have on your shelves? How many of this? So that helps me become reacquainted with books that I own, because again, my entire goal for this channel is to lessen my TBR. And so if I'm not becoming well acquainted with the books I own, then of course I'm going to be looking elsewhere and forgetting what I actually have. And I do have some great books on my shelves. I'm sure all of you do too. I really enjoy just interacting with other people. I guess I wasn't expecting that that would be a huge aspect of becoming a booktuber, is getting to really enjoy other people's content, interacting with them, seeing them react to yours, inspiring others to do content, and then seeing them do something and them inspiring you. That's my favorite thing, is that when I'm watching my friends create videos and I'm thinking, that is such a great concept, I'm going to do that as well. It's just really rewarding, and it's really nice just to transfer information back and forth and see what other people recommend that you do. I think I've learned quite a bit from booktubers who have been here longer than me, but also those who have started after me. I love the fact that the community is continuing to fluctuate and you just can interact with anyone from all across the world. It's really insane, especially when I was growing up. I want to say in the early 2000s, I didn't have the capacity in my mind to believe that such a thing would ever be possible. And yet, yeah, now we're interacting with people on the daily, internationally, seeing them, knowing what they're reading. It's really crazy. What what types of books do I read? So I actually tend to read mysteries. I think that that's a given, especially because I work for She Done It. Many of my books are on the cusp of for pleasure, but then also for work, because of that show and because of the research I have to do in my own role. So I do tend to lean towards mysteries, but I have branched out. In 2022, my biggest goal was to try different books, different types of genres, and so I've been reading more horror, more romance, more YA. I'm also a huge middle grade reader. I should probably emphasize that too. I love mysteries, I love middle grade, and I'm actually trying to get back into more surreal, absurd books, because that used to be my niche, and then I kind of stopped reading those for no reason at all. I think that I'm more versatile than some booktubers. I know that booktubers who are really big, some of them are very particular about the genre they read, whether it be only middle grade, only fantasy, only thrillers, but I'm just not that kind of reader, even though, as I said, I tend to read mysteries. I just branch out too much, so that's okay. I will say that I wasn't always a huge mystery reader, even though I adored mysteries, and I blame my college education for that. I'm not saying that college is the worst thing and it ruins us, but I will say that it's a bit elitist and a bit of a gatekeeper when it comes to what is deemed literature with a capital L, and I always thought that popular genres like thrillers, mysteries, romance, even science fiction, any of those were kind of deemed as lowbrow lit. So it wasn't really something that I thought I should be pursuing. I thought I should be reading classics, even though I actually genuinely, more often than not, I dislike classics. So I'm really glad that the time between my undergrad and my graduate career, that I was able to really investigate other genres, rediscover my love of mysteries, and now actually my dissertation for my master's is on an Agatha Christie novel. So, I mean, it just goes to show you that we really shouldn't be following the social norms and the educational norms sometimes, because they're actually more harmful and they perpetuate gatekeeping activities rather than actually encouraging us to spread our knowledge. And literature is literature. Enjoy what we're reading, which is what we should be doing. I actually don't know what my favorite is. I am considering one route, which is the video that took me the longest, which is my most recent video, and that's the one where I recorded all of my unread first books in a series. That was so taxing to edit, but it actually came out really well in my opinion. I had a lot of fun re-watching myself react to the various books that I found. Or the other video I'm considering is actually my scavenger hunt series. I've only done 2 videos, so I don't really know if you can call it a series. It's a duology at the moment. And that's because that one was just so easy to record, and I actually had genuine fun because I'll pull out a suggestion from the jar, see what it is, and then in actual time go run around my shelves and see if I can find something that fits that prompt, and then I sit down and talk about it with you. So that actually is more spontaneous. I enjoy that. I don't really know which books will end up being featured on those videos, so I think that's why I like it, because I'm as surprised as you are. So it's a toss-up. The ones that are the hardest to make and the ones that are the easiest that I have fun with in the moment. Yeah. Thank you so much to Brooklyn for tagging me in this Small Booktuber book tag. I really appreciate it, and I will be tagging for other people as well. I tried to check out all your content for those who I'm tagging to make sure that you haven't done this already. If you have, I'm sorry, and obviously you don't have to do it again unless things have changed. Maybe you can do like an updated Small Booktuber book tag. Who knows? I will be tagging Melinda at A Web of Stories, Reading Off Grid, Nose in a Book, and XO Joe. If you don't know who these 4 people are, I highly recommend you check out them too. So now you have a mission of 5 new booktubers that you need to go check out. They're all small booktubers, and they all deserve all of the likes, all of the comments, all of the subscriptions. And if I haven't tagged you and you are a small booktuber and you haven't done this video before, please don't let that stop you from doing this yourself. The questions are going to be below in my description, so it's a free-for-all. Go ahead, create your own content. Brooklyn herself actually hadn't been tagged. She took the initiative herself and created the video, and it's thanks to her, not only that she has a video, but now I have one. So yeah, please create a small booktuber book tag if you would like to. Okay, so thank you everyone who got to the end of the video. If you're a small booktuber and you just happen to find yourself on this channel, please introduce yourself below in a comment. Consider subscribing, and then I'll subscribe to you as well. I love to meet more people in the booktube community. It's great, and I can't think of anything else. So thanks everyone, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye!